From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
It's a safety net during tough times, but there's no question some people abuse it. A local legislator has proposed a way to check that. Drug testing for those on public assistance, our top story on News 13 for this Thursday. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Baczynski. There's no question government welfare can be essential when times are tough and people lose their jobs. There's also no question that some people abuse it. Now, a state representative from Tamaqua wants to use random drug testing to scrub abusers out of the system. But as Matthew Petrillo reports, that could cost taxpayers even more.
While unemployment in Pennsylvania is slightly above the national average at almost 8%, it's in double digits in Schuylkill and Luzerne counties. But Governor Tom Corbett said last week the unemployment isn't the economy's fault. It's the fault of the unemployed.
There are many employers that say, we're looking for people, but we can't find anybody that has passed the drug test.
The comments circulated around local media and eventually made national news.
So that's the governor of Pennsylvania saying that the unemployment rate in Pennsylvania is high because a lot of Pennsylvanians are high.
But there's at least one member from Corbett's camp who wants to put that talk into action.
I think that we as a Commonwealth are taking this too lightly.
Republican Representative Jerry Knowles represents parts of Berks and Schuylkill counties.
And I have heard repeatedly about the fraud and abuse that's taking place with access cards and with our welfare system.
Just a few days after Corbett's unemployment comments, Knowles wrote a co-sponsorship memo outlining his plans to introduce a bill that would randomly drug test Pennsylvania's welfare recipients. Part of the memo reads, quote, "This is money which is, in many cases, being wasted on those who choose not to work and spend state benefits on illegal and illicit drugs." But not everyone is on board with the idea.
If we were to require this of welfare recipients, that we should require it of all recipients of government money.
In particular, she says children who go to public school, seniors who rely on Social Security and Medicare, among others. There's no doubt that abuse does happen in the system. That's what prompts this sort of legislation to resurface every few years. But the central debate can be watered down to one question. Does drug testing welfare recipients cost more than letting a few bad apples in the system? Pennsylvania's Department of Public Welfare has a pilot program in Schuylkill and 18 other counties that only test convicted felons. Of the 91 tested since last year, only 2 have come up positive. It costs the state about $30 per drug test, so the state spent roughly $3,000 to catch just 2 people who failed. The Census Bureau says the average person on welfare last year received roughly $200 per month, or $2,400 a year. So if the legislation just focused on those convicted on drug charges, it might save money. But it's randomly testing up to 25% of all welfare recipients.
It would be nice if we could use those resources to serve people rather than to eliminate services for people.
All the facts and figures that I've heard is that the welfare, they talk about hundreds of millions of dollars. And I can't imagine that the testing will exceed that. But if it would, hey, there's always a possibility of repealing the law.
He currently has 24 co-sponsors to the bill and is also looking at proposing another bill that would make all people who receive access cards more accountable if their cards are used by someone else. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Tamaqua.
Fire officials in Hazleton still investigating the cause of a small fire in the city last night. Crews were called to this home on North Alter Street just before midnight when smoke was spotted coming off the rear of the building. When they arrived on the scene, they found that a rear second-floor porch was on fire. As crews began to tackle it, the flames began to creep under the siding and into the walls of that building. Fortunately, those firefighters made quick work of the blaze and prevented it from damaging the entire structure. And fire investigators in Schuylkill County are now calling yesterday's blaze in a row house suspicious. Alert neighbors spotted the fire in an empty row home on Market Street in Ashland early Wednesday morning. Fire crews responded quickly and contained the damage to a rear wall near the kitchen. Investigators are terming the cause of that fire suspicious. State Police Fire Marshal will determine the cause. Fire officials say if the fire wasn't noticed in time, it could have quickly and easily spread to a series of adjoining row homes. Well, you know you're sick, but you don't have health insurance. Now you don't have to worry so much. Healthcare professionals from around Greater Hazleton are stepping up to help. Christina Papa with more on how you'll soon be able to get checked out at no cost.
Mary Malone volunteers her time to the Greater Hazleton Health Clinic because she knows the community needs help healing.
I have been working with a group of community volunteers, probably for about a year now, trying to put together a free health clinic in our community.
The results of a study done by Marywood University showed the need for medical support in Hazleton. Now Mary, along with several other professionals in the area, want to provide compassionate, quality health care, social support, and assistance to uninsured folks in the Hazleton area.
Kind of a cold and sniffles type of clinic for folks who might not have insurance or might just recently be out of work and need to see a doctor.
The free clinic for the uninsured will open May 16th at the Catholic Social Services Family Center in Hazleton. Director of Catholic Social Services Neil Oberto says doctors will not be dispensing medication, only prescribing it.
No, medication will not be distributed from the clinic. Doctors will write non-narcotic prescriptions.
Registration is limited and will be taken on a first-come, first-served basis from 5 to 6 p.m. For now, this clinic is only open to adults, but the committee hopes this can change as they receive more volunteer help from doctors or nurse practitioners.
At this point, we are looking for volunteers, whether you're a nurse or a medical assistant or a physician who'd have some time.
The Family Center here at Catholic Social Services may be bare today, but Neil says by the time the first clinic starts, this room will be completely transformed into a healing center comfortable for families.
Registration area, an area for folks to sit and be comfortable, a very private area for speaking with a doctor. So it'll be a lot different that evening.
If the clinic is popular and the group has enough volunteers, the committee hopes to eventually hold the free clinic more than once a month. Christina Papa, News 13, Hazleton.
A new business in Greater Hazleton tonight, and its goal is to make your dreams come true.
One, two, three.
Oh, baby. And with that, Lagom Paradise was open. The business is all about parties and special occasions. Folks can come to the store in the Laurel Mall and buy or rent everything they need, from vases and candles and centerpieces to tables and chairs and linens. Lagom Paradise will also take charge of your special event and plan and decorate it from start to finish. They say it's all about making your wishes come true.
We service and you make your dream come out. Because Lagom is the word say you don't have less, you don't have too much. It's just right, what do you need? It's the perfect word for what do you need. We can make your dreams come out.
And Lagom Paradise will help you do that from its location in the Laurel Mall near JCPenney's. Still ahead on News 13, a bit of a break from the showers, but they'll be back. We'll tell you when in News 13 weather. But first, a little boy struggling with autism could really progress with the help of a service dog. We'll tell you what's being done to get one for him when News 13 continues.
Welcome to this week's Family Time. Today I am joined by two PJAS participants. This year they won first prize with their projects. Can you guys explain what did you do this year?
Well, basically my project was to prove if classical background music could help you memorize more words.
And did it work?
Yes.
All right, awesome. And what about for you?
My project was on the effects of soda on your teeth, because many people drink soda and they don't realize the effects of soda on their teeth.
And it's bad, right?
Yes.
So you guys won first place for those for your projects, and now you're going somewhere on Monday. Where are you going?
Penn State main campus for the state competition.
Okay, and you have a lot to prepare for that. What did you do to prepare for this?
Well, basically our sponsors helped us perform our projects in front of every class in the school, so that kind of helped us prepare.
Oh, wow. And you guys have to do slides or digital projects?
I was selected to do my presentation digitally, so I basically I have an interactive PowerPoint.
Nirali, why should people maybe join PJS?
It just kind of helps you expand your knowledge in different types of sciences and math.
So in the future, do you think when you go to high school, will you maybe be doing some things like this?
Yes, definitely. I'll participate in PJS again.
All right, awesome. And what about for you? Do you think, why did you join PJS?
Well, I heard if you stick with it for the 6 years, you get a lot of more college opportunities.
All right, and so maybe next year, what are you thinking for your project? Does it depend?
I'm probably going to stick with behavioral psychology for the topic, but I'm not sure yet.
All right, very Cool. So you guys are headed to Penn State main campus on Monday, and if you win there, what happens?
Just nothing. You get first place, and then that's it.
All right. So this is the last.
This is the last stage of the competition.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. That's this week's Family Time. We'll see you next week.
And time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, still some shower activity percolating through the region through the afternoon, but nothing like we saw yesterday afternoon and into the overnight. Our creative condition today, it's a beauty. It's by Darilis Mejia, a 7th grader at Hazleton Elementary Middle School. And there's Darilis at the beach under a big umbrella on a bright sunny day. There's even a really great big butterfly flitting around. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazleton. For tonight, scattered showers through the evening, patchy fog during the overnight with a low around 53 degrees. Then on Friday, morning fog burning off to partly sun, a chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms again with a high near 72. And showers or thunderstorms likely during the overnight with a low around 54. Heading to Schuylkill County tonight, occasional showers and possibly a thunderstorm right through the evening. Then the fog moves in, so be careful. Low will be around 51 degrees. But for Friday, partly sunny with again a chance of afternoon showers and or thunderstorms, possibly with some small hail and gusty winds, a high of 75. And showers and thunderstorms likely at night with a low around 58 degrees. And let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you play. The daily, 278. Big 4, 9977. Quinto, 37076. And the treasure hunt, 2572829. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy 60th wedding anniversary to Teresa and James Kukul of West Hazleton. This wish comes with love from your family and friends. Happy birthday to Michael Alexander from your family and friends. And tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Wyoming Valley chapter of the American Red Cross needs your help in identifying heroic acts and the people who make them happen. These heroes will be honored at the Heroes Breakfast program. For more information or to nominate an individual, please call 570-823-7161. And finally, Power Hazleton will be holding a graffiti paint-out project Friday, May 10th at 12:30 p.m. at the Dragonfly Cafe on Broad Street. For more info on Power, please call 570-455-1509. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Edward Barcheski, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 9:15 a.m. from the Larson Funeral Home in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Friends may call Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. Helen Kashuta Lennox, formerly of Lansford. Services will be held Tuesday at 11 a.m. in the St. John the Baptist Byzantine Catholic Church. Friends may call Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Alma Leona Hosier of Weatherly. Arrangements will be announced by the Lehman Family Funeral Service. Eric Polchin, formerly of Hazleton. Memorial Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the St. Gabriel's Church. Friends may call at the church from 9 to 10 a.m. The Scalcop Grace and Strunk Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. Marie DeMichelle of Freeland. Arrangements will be announced by the Firo Funeral Home. William Alfred Gorski of Freeland. Funeral is Saturday at 9 a.m. at the Cotterall Petrilli Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. And Marcella Ravina Sheeman of Freeland. Funeral will be private and under the direction of the McNulty Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Once again, the Hazleton area's #1 rated restaurant. Call 570-501-3410 for information on luncheon packages.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, at the beginning of the week, we told you the Cougars, they were 3 games out with 3 to play. Well, not only did the Cougars win earlier this week, but Berwick lost. So now the Cougars are 2 games out with 2 to play. They need to win. Take care of business today. They'll be down at Antonozzi Field. It's just getting underway now. It's Pittston, Hazleton area Pittston. They're at the bottom of the division. Hard to believe. They've always been a strong baseball club. So we'll see if the Cougars can take care of business, and then we'll see what happens with the Berwick game. Meanwhile, Monoy and Weatherly, Nativity Marion, North Schuylkill, Northern Lehigh, Tobacco Blue Mountain, all Schuylkill League baseball games today. It's the final regular season home game for the Lady Cougars, and they're entertaining Crestwood. That one just getting underway down at Hazleton Area High School. MMI Monoy in a non-league encounter. Thorpe and Weatherly, Tamaqua Blue Mountain, Schuylkill League softball today. Speaking of out of league, yesterday, Kutztown, Tamaqua. No, this is not the Golden Bears of Kutztown University. They have a high school at Kutztown too. And yesterday, they outslugged Tamaqua 11-7. That was despite Brett Kasholik going yard for a 3-run home run. But look at the error column. That makes a difference. Minor League Baseball, Kanzler gets the night off. His Norfolk team doubles up Buffalo. Kyle Landis not in the game as well. His Akron team, well, that doubling up thing held true out in Ohio last night, 4-2. The Rail Riders suddenly can't score any runs. That'll change. Curtis Granderson is going to show up, folks. You get to see Granderson doing a little rehab before he rejoins the Yankees. And the Iron Pigs, 6-3 losers to Louisville last night. There is your International League schedule. Now, if you didn't see this, you got to take a look. Everybody says we need more replay. Well, that's maybe true, but you got to get the replay right. This ball should have tied the game up. It's a home run. It's clearly out of the ballpark. They had a railing out there, but they checked the replay, and the replay came back, well, at least the umpire's interpretation, not a home run. And so it's a double, and Oakland doesn't score. The game ends 4-3. This was the 9th inning, folks. Bob Melvin, obviously a little bit irate. He gets run out of the game, and Major League Baseball doesn't look good at all on this. Even with replay, they don't get the call right. Hard to believe. News 13 Sports is sponsored by Sand Springs, featuring a world-class golf course as well as celebrations, the area's most luxurious banquet and wedding facility.
Autism is a condition that can affect social behavior. Many people can never learn how to talk, but they can learn how to communicate in other ways. As Matthew Petrillo tells us, one Pottsville family is raising money for their son with autism, hoping to be able to afford a dog to help him learn.
In the middle.
Matthew Paleschak is a cute 8-year-old boy with big plump cheeks and a love for his iPad and playing with his toy slot machine with his little brother and sister.
When you pull the lever, if you like at 777, you win and then all the money comes out. Coin? He never wants to do it.
But despite that their brother is older, playing with him can be difficult.
This is the coin. This is a coin.
Matthew right now is mentally about 2 years old, and he's in an 8-year-old body, which makes it difficult because he can't tell me what's wrong.
Matthew lives with autism, but Matthew Sr. says the entire family will always show him love and support.
Autistic children are children. It's just like any child. They all have their unique personalities, and it's how you, while they may not communicate in the exact same way as every other child, they still have abilities to communicate in their own ways, and they still have abilities to show that they love you.
They've teamed up with 4 Paws for Ability, a nonprofit that provides trained dogs to children who live with disabilities. The average cost for a dog is about $22,000, of which $7,000 must be fundraised.
It's not easy.
The dog would basically serve as his best friend and a guardian angel. It will help him live an independent life.
And we're just trying to get another tool in our box, sort of say, to help him cope with the difficulties of autism.
And to get the dog, the family is fundraising. They're selling handbags, Mary Kay makeup, and t-shirts online. Local schools are donating their Dress Down Day money towards them. And even local restaurants are helping with penny jars. Pottsville Pizza is also in on the action, and they've seen a significant amount of money pour into these jars.
Well, I hope they raise enough money so they can get the dog for the boy.
So far, the family has about $2,000, but that piggy bank is quickly growing. To make a donation for them, check out links to our website, SSPTV.com. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Pottsville.
And there's plenty more news and information headed your way when the News 13 team comes right back.